On my way to the first canoe trip of the season. And this trip's off to a beautiful start already. Just got to the launch here in Halliburton, and way out there's tons of ice. This lake is mostly ice covered still, so we're gonna have to figure out something else. Xander's gonna be here in a minute. With the ice blocking our route, we made a backup plan just 50 kilometers south where we knew there was open water. It happened to be a fitting route for this particular trip.
Xander, John, let's camp.
Starting the canoe tripping season, 1400 meter portage to kick it off, and I couldn't be more excited to do it. There's a swollen beaver pond here, and we're going to use it to cut off some of the portage. Cut that portage in half with the beaver pond, and we are on to our lake. Just gotta find a nice place to set up camp. The weather's gonna turn on us. Get really cold and nasty, so we'll have to make a nice camp, get good firewood, and hunker down. It's a really nice lake. It's surreal to be here. Canoe tripping season has started. It hasn't even really sunk in yet. It's like winter, 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 and then suddenly you're paddling. So happy to be here with Xander. Got a great spot here. Check out what he set up. Xander's got a sweet setup here. He got a drummer, a muck drummer as well. Beside this big rock, looking at the lake. He's more exposed than I am, but comes with a better view too.
Hey, get off my lawn!
Smells nice, eh?
Oh man, it already feels like
it's invigorating. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice sized part.
Yeah, 3x3.
Perfect.
This is $120.
Oh shit!
You okay?
No, I was.
What's in the fire?
Yeah. The rain's threatening, but just holding off. I've got dehydrated, rehydrated veggie chili, cheesy garlic bread, of course, and Xander's making up a steak and asparagus and potatoes, shallots. The wind is nuts out there. We are very fortunately leeward.
And you're keeping them all, like, the whole history? Yeah.
Time to get to bed. It's getting pretty cold. It's starting to turn to slush. Icy slush. So, wake up tomorrow. Hopefully have a good day. There's Xander filming out in the snow. It's camping Christmas. Just a little snowfall last night. Mostly wet rain, but some white on the ground. Dead calm. A lot of birds. It's chilly, but it's a nice morning. This is a new one for me. Instant hash browns. Just put water on them and then I'll brown them in the pan after. Warm up in the cozy. First use of the cozy. That's gonna be a good coffee. Significant amount of hash browns. 2 cups of this dehydrated made quite a lot. First try here. I wish I had a ton of ketchup. Really good. That'll be a keeper. I got a huge box of these off of Amazon. I couldn't find it locally. I think it's more common in the US than it is in Canada. Of dehydrated hash browns for 30 bucks. And it says 72 portions. It'll probably be more like 20 for me, but still, it's a good deal. Talking value here.
72 portions. More like 20. I thought you were gonna half it. Nope.
Third.
Yeah.
Gonna go for a little paddle. It's pretty chilly, but we can't sit around here all day. And it's just flurries right now. It's supposed to turn to rain, so get it in while we can. I feel like I haven't put a ton into filming or narrating or anything. Some people prefer that, and I'm not talking, but I'm kind of lost in the moment here. It's not only the first paddling trip of the season, but this is exactly where I started YouTubing 5 years ago. Almost to the day. It was Earth Day 2017. It wasn't the start of my backcountry tripping experience, but it was the first trip I ever recorded. And yeah, coming back here 5 years later and thinking about how that decision impacted my life is really mind-blowing, and I'm just kind of like stunned, and it's surreal to be here right now doing this for work with a good friend I've made through this. Like, yeah, it's been life-changing. We're going to paddle around. I've got the dry suit on. Xander has one coming, but he doesn't have it yet, but PFDs for sure. Water is ice cold. Coming through these narrows where I camped 5 years ago, I cooked up a lake trout and caught my personal best bass, smallmouth or largemouth, right here. It was close to 7 pounds if I recall correctly. Bass are out of season, so I can't fish for those here, but there are lake trout as well, so that's what I'll be going for. Campsites here get pretty picked over with firewood, so come across the bay and there's tons of deadwood here. Go back a little from the shoreline and we've got plenty for today, maybe into tomorrow. Got spinach and mushroom risotto from dehydrator. Put it in my cozy and just let it rehydrate in there. Boiling water.
Did you make that cozy?
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, should be back now. Lots of mushroom and spinach. I've never tried this. I've made it at home. I have not tried it out in the bush yet, or anywhere.
It's good?
Good. It's good. Too much water. I think I had too much stock too at home, but oh well.
That smells good. Surprised.
How you doing in here?
Terrible. It's like very comfy. I'm about to get my sleeping bag where it's warm. It's cold outside. I'm absolutely loving life. It's great.
It looks so great. I can't wait to get in this sleeping bag.
Look at all the down going
Chilled.
everywhere, eh?
Yeah, I know. It's just inevitable. I feel like I've lost a lot from mine over the years.
Yeah. I've had mine for like 1 year and it's seen some things.
Look at all those patches. I think all of your gear just eventually needs to be named patches.
I know.
That's how it all ends up.
Well, I don't think everything needs to have a name. Just like vessels and weapons.
The other side?
What?
Xander had a little too many beef quesadillas. Hooked me up. Really good. Delicious. You're a good guy. It's not what I tell people, but it's what I believe. All bundled up. Got a bottle of boiling water. Stay warm. It's gonna be a pretty cold night for canoe camping, -4 or so, and really windy through the night. So, but it's supposed to wake up to pretty nice conditions. So we're looking forward to that. It's been a day of just staying warm basically, and that's been a challenge with the sleet, but nicer weather ahead. Lying there in the hammock, I kept thinking about how surreal it was to be back in this place, where this YouTube experiment started 5 years earlier. It is Earth Day, April 22nd, 2017. It's the first camping trip of the season, which makes us the happiest time of year. Hi. Okay, this is nuts. This is just nuts. The bass fishery here is off the charts. Oh, wow. This is bigger. This might be 7 pounds. That is just incredible. Look at the mouth. I'm gonna quickly weigh him. He's out of season, I know. But wow. There's nothing like fresh lake trout with fresh fish crisp. I'm gonna put
your favorite fish and chips to shame. And I was trolling the Williams wobbler again, and sure enough, another lake trout. I won't even pull him out for a photo or anything, I'll just let him go. But beautiful fish. This would have been a nice eater too, not as much meat, but there he goes.
Looking back at those first recordings, it feels like I'm looking at a child. The gear and skills, the filming and editing, my voice and thoughts. I notice things like not wearing a life jacket at ice out, and I see an arrogant novice with so much to learn. But I also see pure joy and someone who's at peace. I had recently left my first career in marketing and gone back to school to study cartography. I left my apartment, sold most of my possessions, and soon I'd need to find another job. I didn't know where or when I'd find my next paycheck, and I also knew that that couldn't last forever. But for the time, I had some savings and I was absolutely free. Rejecting that life, a city life, the marketing industry, rejecting that life I didn't belong to, it was the best decision I ever made. An ice-out canoe trip can be expected to have cold and wet weather. You might only get one fair weather day all trip, if any. But after a long winter, most paddlers would gladly take a trip of cold rain for just one sunny day in the canoe. The forecast said that this would be that long-awaited day, and I was up before sunrise to soak it all up. Xander's working on his French toast. I've got my good old non-calzones with rehydrated veggies. And if you like food, if you like foodie stuff, Xander's the guy to follow. He makes amazing meals out here. I don't have the passion for it. I love to cook at home to have things to enjoy out here and to hydrate them, but out here it's too much work. Xander's licking the egg off of his tongs. Good though. This feels good. Sunshine for kind of the first time on this trip, and throwing casts out instead of dropping it down a hole and jigging. It's wonderful. The wind is still kind of up, so we're just sticking to this bay for now. It's supposed to let up later on today. This water is super cold, and lake trout like cold water, but their metabolisms just don't fire up as much until there's some warmth and like the rest of the food chain starts to fire up. So we're pretty early, we'll have to fish slow, but there's always hope. You got a leaf. A little grass. Another waterfall. Beautiful. Red-tailed hawk. Beautiful falls at the south end of the lake now. Hey, big snake. Actually not that big, but just a garter snake. Beautiful spot up here. Evidently someone's had a fire here before. Just gonna have a little lunch snack here. Wow. Way better look out here.
Yeah, you'd die.
Yep. Whew, I could stay here a while. Get this rock rolled. I think it's solid.
As long as we die together.
Yeah. I'm sure Aaron would be cool with that.
I'd give you.
Oh, it's okay. He went with Xander.
Do you feel comfortable with me beside you?
No.
Me either.
This greatly exceeded expectations. A really nice view. Like down there, it looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, we're up there.
Land before time.
Don't get any ideas. It's trademarked. Groundhog, I think. Yeah, super cute. Very south end of the lake. There's a pretty cool spot. A rock gully. It's been a fantastic day. It's not quite over. Only thing that can make it better is the lake trout. Don't seem to be biting, not for us anyway, but we'll keep trying. Either way, we're happy. Ow. Oh. Wow. That's creepy, man. Yeah. There were some rocks just holding some other rocks in place. And I was totally like half expecting to see eyes looking back at me when I shine the light in there.
Yeah, it's a good little spot.
Yeah.
Get me out of here! Run! But you're alive. Found our home.
Wow. It's almost surprising that there's not something in there.
Just us. That's what I say to people. They're like, aren't you scared of things in the woods? I'm like, I'm literally the scariest thing in the woods. So things are scared of me, as you should be.
Penny tonight. I get the noodles cooked briefly and then I add the dehydrated sauce and some veggies to freshen it up. And those kind of absorb the water, kind of a no-drain pasta.
Good?
Yeah. Very good. Cheesy. You sure you don't want any?
I'll have a bite.
Got a spoon?
No.
Would you like some served on a garlic bread?
No. Oh, well, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Do you say?
Get that thing away from my food.
Got a few new items on this trip. One, a little scraping. It's non-stick safe, and a brush. The reason I like brushes as opposed to like sponges or cloths is summed up like this. Would you brush your teeth with a cloth? No. That's why I don't like using it on dishes. But I don't have a non-stick pan anymore, for now anyway. I got stainless steel after watching Dark Waters about the dangers of Teflon. I really don't want to get cancer, so see how long I can stick it out with the stainless steel. I do miss the non-stick. Last one, probably most interesting. It's not filthy, it just fell in the dirt. I haven't even tried it yet. Is a bidet.
Get that away from my food.
So we'll see how it goes. Haven't tried it yet.
Use a pipe a day. Sprays it all over my food and me.
So it was alright. They've got thunder boxes here and like a circle cut out into a box. And it was kind of like tight. Like there just wasn't a lot of real estate. I think it would be easier squatting over a cat hole. Anyway, that's about as much information as you need. Don't know if I love it. You could just wet toilet paper too. Just make it a little damp. Anyway, I went to go get some garbage that I saw over there floating in the shoreline. And it's like a mini bottle of Bombay Sapphire gin. Appears to be unopened. Might be gin. Doesn't smell distinctly like gin, but
Drink it.
I don't think I will.
Drink it.
I don't think so.
Did it crack open?
It didn't make like a really good crack when it opened.
Did it make a little bit of a crack?
A little.
It's probably good then.
But it's been floating in the water, so I don't know. Let me pour some on my finger. See if it's sulfuric acid. Yeah, no, I think it's gin. Give it a swig. Not that bad. Well, kind of tastes like hand sanitizer. I don't know, it could be liquid hand sanitizer to be honest.
Oh, that's a good find.
Indistinguishable versus gin. Always wanted to try this. Oh yeah. Not bad. Xander's finishing up dinner and it's too nice to not go back in the canoe. High was 8 today, 8 Celsius. But after yesterday that feels really beautiful. It's also calm, so beautiful night for paddling and a little fishing. I've been using this silver and gold Williams wobbler most of the day. Got a beautiful slow wobble and it's not very heavy, so it doesn't dive too deep. But obviously it hasn't worked. I don't think the trout are shallow yet, it's just not warm enough. So I'll switch it up to this silver and green little Clio and calm it out, let it fall, and just jig it back to surface. See if that works. Wolves or coyotes at the end of the lake. What a thrill.
It's lovely.
Now barred owl. Wow. Going to bed to this pack of wolves or coyotes howling intermittently and a barred owl. It's amazing.
Yeah, I got too hungry. I'm like, I saw pictures of, I took like pictures on my phone of the breakfast I had on the first day, the eggs and bacon on the croissant, and I'm like, I need that right now.
That was motivation.
Yeah, it was motivation to get up.
Are you having cold breakfast?
No, I'm getting the fire going.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, what else do we have to do today?
Nothing. So, might as well get the fire going. I mean, I set the tarp up so we can enjoy it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Isn't enough sticks here to get this thing going?
No, definitely not. Another rainy morning. Xander made this beautiful shelter for us with a dry place to sit. And let's get some coffee going and relax here. It's not as cold as day 2, thankfully. It's come to this. Yeah, I don't feel like cooking on the fire. I'm gonna have coffee on it, but just doing a cold breakfast. Powdered milk, which Xander has taken to eating in mouthfuls in powder form. Some granola, dehydrated fruit, apple, blueberry, banana, and mixed nuts and seeds. Sunflower, almond, walnut, and something. Anyway, should be quite a good breakfast for a cold one. Pretty nice day actually, pretty peaceful. Kind of craving some adventure, but there's plenty of canoe tripping left this year for that. In the shoulder seasons, I keep bringing my winter bag, which is -20 down bag. And if it's too warm, I tuck my feet in so that it stays around my feet. It's not falling off, but then I don't zip it up. And I just leave it over me like a blanket. The down underneath me is compressed and useless anyway. So I feel like this actually is nicer, but I can just move my arms freely, you know, I'm not like bottled up in the mummy style bag. I really like having it like this. So cozy. Got my bear spray here. I keep it here in this drink holder. Just a nice peace of mind. There certainly are plenty of bears around here. And this time of year where they come out, they're hungry, there's not much to eat. It's just nice to have. This book is about a really nice couple who travel across Canada under their own power, and there's a really great section here. Along our trek across Canada, whether we were portaging or on the water, people would ask, "Is it not dangerous?" And the reply, "It is not the dangers of the adventure we worry about, but the danger of growing old someday and not having experienced life." I certainly think about that sometimes, and not just growing old, but getting injured, health changes, things happen, and I'm so glad to be taking this opportunity to do what I'm doing while I can.
Hey! Get off my lawn!
Storm's blowing out, ravaged the camp here a bit. Xander just fixed up the tarp, blew over my canoe. It's blowing this way, so it was going to take the canoe, but yeah, pretty huge gusts.
You almost didn't make it.
Xander had a pack of 5 sausages to cook up, and I had some naan bread, and he also had an onion. We fried it all up, smashed it together with some cheese. Synergy. Good. Perfect final evening. Beautiful little trip to warm up ourselves for the season. Lots of wildlife, I think, for a pretty easy trip. Not much exploration, not much adventure, I guess, but it's just a peaceful one. We'll tackle some adventure later in the season, hopefully.
Went by way too fast. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Feels like we got a little bit of everything, at least in terms of weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a good amount of variety in terms of what we did too.
No fish.
No fish. Well, unless we turn it around tomorrow. We'll see.
Foreshadowing?
Doubtful.
Yeah, nice being out here with you, man.
Mm-hmm. Likewise.
Felt like things just kind of went right back to how they were.
Back with our, back with my summer camp buddy.
There you go. Yeah, it was good hanging out and seeing you, man. What? These aren't tears, I got smoke in my eye.
He gets very emotional around me. I'm kind of like a father to him. It's good to see you too.
Not my dad, John. It was good seeing you.
You said that already. Calm it down, bud.
Really, really good seeing you, John.
You're coming off clingy.
I need you. Don't leave. Don't go back north. John! Johnny! Jonathan! Oh.
It started raining, wind's going crazy. Listen to that. Got in the hammock just in time. Another chilly morning, just above freezing. Sun's just coming over the hill, so that'll help a lot. It is Earth Day, April 22nd, 2022. Ending this trip with Xander. 5 years have passed since I recorded the first video ever here in this spot with a little point and shoot camera that I decided to bring along on a whim. Watched lots of videos on YouTube of people doing canoe trips and figured I'd do the same. Record it for fun, and never could have dreamt what it would lead to. Wouldn't have imagined I would do it for 5 years and put out hundreds of videos over that period. Never would have dreamt that I'd be doing it full time for the last year to pay the bills. That's incredible, but also the friendships, all the things I've learned from all of you, giving me feedback on my gear, my techniques. I've learned a lot, still learning tons, and hopefully I've been able to share some of that back, but I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for at some point giving me a chance, clicking on a video, and maybe sticking around for a while. It's meant the world to me. This experience means the world to me, and thank you. On to the next trip.
And action!
Xander. John.
One more time. Yeah, use that one. So I say your name. I thought we were like
Just the ultimate narcissist.
Xander. I thought I was introducing myself, not saying hi to you.
No.
Xander. John. Oh, that's Pam.
There's a swollen beaver pond here. Sure is.
Film a second.
Yeah. Just a little walk-by shot. It's a technique used in the biz.
Do you mind? I'm trying to get a shot here. This guy. Lost Lakes. Are you lost?
You got your polarizing filter on?
No.
Oh, so that's why your shots look like Karen.
I don't have sunglasses on.
Oh my god.
Just walk into a tree branch?
Absolutely. Pretty cologne on?
No, just my odor. It's Hermione. They bottled it from my stench.
Your urine. You smell like cologne. Maybe it's your laundry.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I got a whiff of something.
I smell like body odor. How'd you get that?
Quiet on the set.
What?
Quiet on the set.
Okay.
Trying to do a poop tip here.
Okay.
You should really be covering this.
John! Are you filming?
Oh, looks good with the canoe.
It's called framing.
Did that like a chimp. And we're live.
Whew, I'm nervous. Should I sit here?
Yep.
What do I do with my hands?
Don't move. Smells like fart.
You're the worst interviewer. You made me move from my comfortable position. You waft your fart air into the interview space. Ask me if I'm comfortable.
I am sorry about that.
Ask me if I'm comfortable.
Are you comfortable, Xander?
Yes.
Don't touch me.
That's fair.
Yeah. Because all the sticks aren't in a straight line together.
Right.
So last year, Xander and I went on a 12-day trip together. We just met each other and developed kind of like a summer camp friendship in a way. You know, just like someone you go to summer camp with, you could meet up with years later and just still have that bond because
Absolutely.
you were just so close for this intense period. I feel like we kind of experienced that. At the same time, we both leapt into YouTube roughly the same time. You started last year, me spring last year. Curious how would you describe that experience?
Surreal, man. Wait, sorry, were you done?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
How the experience of getting into YouTube?
Yeah, what's it been like?
Absolutely surreal. It's been something I've been working at for longer than I care to admit. Well, I'll admit it now. 6+ years. I did some van trips. Did a bunch of other series back in the day, which didn't come to fruition, but I learned a lot from all that. And doing a winter camping trip back in 2020, 2 years ago, and that video kind of popping off really showed me how much opportunity for camping and there is here in Ontario, and that really brought to the forefront all that potential of coming out into the woods and filming content, because camping was always a thing for me growing up and throughout the last years of my life, but I never really thought about turning my channel into a camping channel. It was always like some sort of travel adventure channel, and then doing that winter camping trip and that popping off was like, oh man, I know what I have to do, and I could not be more thankful. And then 2021, getting into it weekly and just having my channel explode was just the most surreal thing.
When you say weekly, do you feel like you're always working?
Uh,
You probably, if your experience is similar to mine, you may have never worked more hours a week in your life. But, you know, it's the old saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day.
I mean, I've worked jobs where I'm on the clock 12 hours, but am I really getting stuff done? Am I putting in work towards, like, I was not moving anywhere. I was working for minimum wage. Now I'm putting in 24 hours a day, on the clock, you know, camping and working. Camera's on as soon as I wake up till as soon as I go to bed, and I'm always looking for angles. I'm never really stopping, like here and there, but I could not be happier. Even when I get home, like I have to unpack everything, deal with all my stuff, upload my videos onto the computer, and then start editing as soon as I have them downloaded.
Yeah, your turnaround is like as fast as anyone out there.
Yeah,
for this genre.
Oh, it's my. Yeah, I like getting them out like immediately, but yeah, I'm always working, but I love it. It's like I love it. It's I could not be happier. I'm always busy, but it's doing exactly what I want to do.
Exactly.
So.
And you not only didn't always camp, but you especially didn't always fish.
No.
And on a recent video, you said that you were bow hunting down in the south.
Yeah.
And you said something really, I thought, profound, which was that the hunt brings purpose to being out there, which I really love. That's really how I feel about fishing. I used to be obsessed with fishing. I would take every opportunity I could get. Now it's just something that gives it an extra purpose to being out here. What has your experience of fishing been, and what have your key takeaways, I guess, been in the first year that you've been spending any significant amount of time angling?
Oh man, it's the icing on the cake. Being out in the woods like this today is just fantastic. We were canoeing all day and we didn't catch a single fish, but you know, meandering up and down the coast, going into like little pockets of the lake and just exploring whilst fishing, you know, while having this purpose of trying to catch a fish, it just made the day so much more like whole, because there was purpose in it other than just like looking around, which is fun, but there's like a bigger thing to it. And when animals and food are involved, it's just something so primal and beautiful about it. It's so exciting. It's like a treasure hunt for you know, sustenance.
Yeah. In my opinion, fishing is the best survival skill there is. I think a lot of other things you can figure out. Food and fatty food, protein is not something that is easy. It comes by easily, and you know, you can go for deer or things like that, big game, but it can be so hit and miss. Whereas fishing can be fairly reliable. What do you think of those words?
Yeah, as reliable as it was today.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, man. I mean, it depends.
Well,
I don't know enough about fishing, but I've had a lot more success catching fish than any on my single hunting trips. So,
you've done some survival trips, and
yeah.
you got fish on all of those, did you not?
Yeah, I caught bass.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, fishing is definitely a skill that would be a lot more reliable than. I don't know enough about hunting. You know, that's a hard one to comment on.
Yeah.
You know, but like, I mean, the amount of fish I've seen fishing versus the amount of animals I've come across, like in the wild, I've seen way more fish than any animal. You know, and I've pulled those up from the lake, so I feel like there's a lot more fish in abundance than, you know, being able to like hunt something down. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
I'm scratching the surface on both, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't hunt, so I can't really say.
Yeah.
I feel like there's nothing. If I were lost in the wilderness, I would obviously want something to start fires, but second to that, something to fish with. That's what shelter. You know, I could improvise. I feel like, even though I don't practice that skill.
Yeah.
Like bushcraft, you know, I don't do that, but yeah,
well,
I would want to be able to catch fish.
If I were to go on the show alone, I would debate bringing a bow, but I would for sure 1,000% bring fishing gear and paracord to potentially make a gill net. Like, no doubt about it. So yeah, like I would debate bringing a bow and arrow, even if I was a skilled archer, but 100% fishing gear and tackle.
Totally agree.
So
cheers to all your success over the last year. Dove in and did incredibly well. You deserve it.
Congrats on 100K,
Love your
brother.
channel. Thanks, man.
Well, you're catching up.
I don't think so.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you're getting as many subs as I am right now.
See how long that lasts.
Keep pumping out the good content.
But yeah, thank you. Thanks, folks.
Thanks, kind folks at home. Go over to Xander Budnick's channel. Hit that notification bell.
Only for poop tips. You've been kind of slacking on the poop tips lately.
I've like run out of poop tips.
You need a bidet.
Because that really worked for you. No, I haven't even thought about it in a while. I've been told to bring Gustavo back, but he's on vacay.